Hey, what's going on? You're in the secret level again here with Gurns, and today we got a video on the herb farm as well as the different potions that they make, the benefits of them, and how I've got mine set up and why. Alright, so let's get started. So there are 7 main herbs in Terraria. First off, you got your Fire Blossom, you got your Daybloom, your Blink Root, Moonglow, Deathweed, Waterleaf, and Shiverthorn. And all of them are pretty essential in making a lot of the great different potions that you can make in Terraria. So the way I have mine set up here, first of all, is you can tell it's a pretty contained area. It's a fairly plain area too. I just have it set up with a couple clay pots. You can use clay pots like I've used at the top here for the Fire Blossom, but you can also get these new flower boxes that you can buy from the Dryad. There's one for each kind of herb. But I'm pretty sure you can plant any herb in any kind of flower box. They're kind of just one for each kind, just for show. The way I have mine set up is pretty contained. I don't have any traps set up to automatically farm them or actuated blocks to automatically farm them for a couple reasons. I did that in one of my other worlds, and the reason why I didn't do it this time is because number one, I found that it really didn't save me very much time if I farmed it normally, because I still had to go up there and plant all the seeds again. Secondly, it took up too much space in my house, and I wanted it to be a little bit more contained because I have a lot of different rooms in my house. I like to have tons and tons of different rooms, so I didn't really want it to take up too much space as if I didn't need it. And third also is I found that I had way too many herbs. Like my boxes, I was just deleting herbs because I was just filling up with herbs. I had way too many herbs. My farm was way too large. It just was unnecessary. So you can make it nice and contained like mine, like this, if you want. Especially if you use some of the little tricks that I have and the little tips that I got here for you to help the efficiency of the farm, basically. So let's take a look at that real quick here. So down in my potion making room, actually, up here on the wall, you can see I have this little thing here. It's the first little, farm efficiency tool. Is the Staff of Regrowth. Great tool, guys. And what this does is it increases the alchemy plant collection when used to gather. Okay, so the only other thing though, guys, just note, is it only works on plants that are actually blooming. Which is fine with me though, because those are only the ones that I really want to harvest anyway. So look at this Moonglow here. We'll take a look at that. So I harvest a couple Moonglows there, and as you can see, I only harvest, 8 spots there, and I got 12 Moonglow. That's definitely more than the average, and 25 Moonglow seeds. That's way above the average. So now I have a ton more seeds. I know it definitely gives a lot more seeds. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so it gives you a ton more seeds than normal, and what that means basically is you can, as you can see, I have a ton of seeds there, is you can farm these things when they're not blooming. Like all this Daybloom, I could just farm it, not worry about running out of seeds, because I have tons and tons of seeds already. So you can farm them more efficiently that way as they grow, and you don't have to wait for them to actually bloom. So there you go, guys. That's the Staff of Regrowth. Excellent tool to help increase the yield of your farm. So the second thing too, as far as making your farm more efficient, or at least the yield more efficient, so you can keep your farm a little bit more small and efficient, basically, is this little tool right here, the Alchemy Table. And the Alchemy Table functions just like a regular table with a bottle on it, so it acts basically as your crafting station for potions. But the benefit of the Alchemy Table is that it has a 33% chance to not consume a potion ingredient when you're making any individual potion. Also just a note, guys, the Alchemy Table, you find this thing randomly just sitting around the dungeon. So try to get there as early as possible before all this more difficult dungeon baddies spawn, and grab one of those things. Let's take a look at how this thing works, basically. Let's make some sort of potion here. Let's make let's make an iron skin potion. Always need tons of those. So you can see I have. Let's just look at the iron, for example. I have 288 iron. So I'm going to make 30 of these things, and it requires 1 iron. So that means after I make 30 of them, if it was a regular table, I should have 258 iron. Alright, so let's make a bunch of those. Let's make 30. Alright. So I have 272 iron still instead of 258. That's 14 extra iron. That basically means that's a better than 33% chance, I guess. That's almost 50%. So I got kind of lucky there, I guess, that time. But yeah, that basically saves your materials and your herbs. So again, you don't need to make such a large herb farm. You can keep it a lot smaller as long as you have one of those alchemy tables, which you can get fairly early. Just go to the dungeon and grab it. You have to have killed Skeletron, of course. And the Staff of Regrowth, you can get those randomly in chests in the jungle. So both you can get pretty early and make your farm, you know, a little bit more contained and more efficient, so that it doesn't take too long to gather up all the herbs. And you don't need anything too fancy like traps or actuated blocks like that, which cost a little bit more. So yeah, that's basically all there is to it, guys. So the one other thing actually I will add is I have cactus here growing on the bottom, and all you need to do to grow cactus is put one layer of sand on the bottom and just wait. Make sure there's enough space on top of it. Like I think I have 9 or 10 blocks worth of space there. And yeah, just wait. You don't need to plant an acorn or anything. Those don't grow cactuses. Those actually those grow palm trees. Some people, like myself, make the mistake of thinking that it grows cactus, but it doesn't. Cactus just spawns randomly if you just plant sand or put like a layer of sand down at the bottom there. Yeah, so that's basically all there is to it, guys. And oh, sorry, one more thing to note too actually is the back wall. You're going to want to make that out of some sort of glass, either stained glass or regular glass. Mine's just regular glass. Nothing too fancy. And the reason why is because you need light to come into this room to be able to allow the plants to grow. If you make it out of some sort of brick wall, the plants won't grow basically, and if you leave it open, then mobs will spawn on the inside if this thing's a little bit off screen. So yeah, you definitely don't want that to be happening. That's kind of lame. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to my herb farm and my little potion making room, guys. So yeah, we'll take a quick look actually at the potions that they make for those that want to take a look. So I got your builder potion here, mining potion, battle potion, calming potion, night owl, spelunker, awesome potion, use those all the time. As well as mining and builder. Actually, I should have mentioned that. I used tons of those. So yeah, shine potion, sonar for fishing, as well as crate and fishing skill, also for fishing, obviously. And so up here, my battle potions, basically, or yeah, basically my fighting potions, is the iron skin potion, swiftness potion, regeneration potion. Flask of ichor, that actually only requires ichor and water, but I keep them down here anyway. You don't need these herbs to build them. As well as endurance potion, wrath potion, rage potion, all three of those, as well as this one here, life force potion. Great, awesome potions. You need fish to make these ones here, as well as this one here, the warmth potion. Also a great potion if you're doing like the frost moon event or fighting in like the snow biome. All great potions, but they all require fish, as well as the herbs. So if you're interested in the fishing part of it, you check out my fishing video for that. And lastly, we have the heart reach potion, which I don't really use anymore because it seems to kind of waste the hearts. So on the bottom here is also just real quick some potions I don't use very often: archery, magic, mana regeneration, and thorns. Mainly because I'm melee, and thorns because I don't really like farming for worm teeth. So guys, that was my video on my herb farm, as well as my potion making room, and why I have it set up like that, the benefits of it, and so forth. So there might be some things though that I might have left unanswered or kind of didn't explain too much about, and if you guys have some questions about any of that stuff, feel free to leave it in the comments. There's, you know, not too much that goes around in the comments, obviously, so I don't mind responding to all of them. I definitely love it, or any suggestions as well. So I hope the video helped though, guys. If it did, leave a like, and there's always tons of videos going on here in these secret levels, so subscribe here to join me, Gurns, and I hope to see you guys next time. Always doing tons of fun videos like this. different tips videos, tutorials, how-tos, and all kinds of adventures and silly kind of crazy things that I get into. So, alright, hope to see you next time, guys. Take it easy.